Okay, guys.
Welcome to week 3. What's this called?
Did you write it down?
Understanding who you really are.
Yes. We've created space over the last few weeks, especially with last week's training. Not only just the training when you're on the tasks we're setting for you, and even the daily routines it's all there to bring awareness to things, to create space, emotional space, so new things can show up, and to uncover who
You really are.
Oh, that was good.
I know, that was good. I think that was a high five moment.
That was.
Right.
There's been a lot of that lately. It's really, really cool.
So
Get in the camera, girl.
yeah, so it's time. Yeah, I'm going to be talking. Steve was talking a lot on the last training. I'm going to be talking a lot on this training. So yeah, so we've done a lot. You know, by the way, we've only done 2 weeks, right? We're only entering the 3rd week now. We've only done 2 weeks of this course, guys. Who feels like we have covered so much already?
Yeah.
So week 1, what did we do? What did we even do in week 1?
Week 1 was so long ago. Week 1 was like a real introduction to the routines. Yeah. Really setting you guys up for the next 8 weeks, and we really crammed a lot in there.
It was like 2 hours.
It was 2 hours, and it was epic. But that was like a setup for like what happened last week, but everything in between.
And then just going boom with you guys last week, going straight in, going to your dark places, releasing negative emotions, stuff that you guys have been storing for a long time. And then this week, this is really about creating the foundation of a new way of being, right? A new understanding. So this is really creating a new perspective on understanding who you really are. Okay, not what you have always might have thought you are, and understanding more about what this life is really about, and why are we here, and you know, what is the purpose of our soul's journey. Okay, so this is why it's me talking about, because this is the kind of stuff that's my thing, and I like to talk about. So
I continually learn from this as well. Like, it gives a different perspective on the way I look at things and the way I've learned things. So
yeah,
and that's cool, I think.
Yes, yeah. And one of the things, so it's going to be quite spiritual. And just to let you guys know now that this may introduce some new ideas that you guys may be like, oh, wow, like you know, it might be kind of difficult for you to digest at first, maybe the first time that you've heard these kind of ideas. But I really invite you to just have an open mind and just be open to the possibility of it. I know like most of the platinums that I've had one-on-one calls with are already like super spiritual, and I did some really cool energy healing with them and work with angels and their guides and learning to trust their intuition more, all of that awesome stuff, which is what I love. So a lot of you in here are already like that, but yeah, if this is new, just keep an open mind. That's all I'm
saying. I think that what we discussed about this earlier, like, I'm more of a practical sort of person, the way I teach, and even the guys on the platinum calls with us, we've taken a different angle. But all this is linked in. You've got to understand, and the little sort of piece I'm going to give at the start of this is to give you an idea that there's surface level stuff, like I'm going to talk about cause and effect, day-to-day situations, but what really is under that and the bigger picture, or where the most change happens, is what this amazing woman is going to teach us about. And that it'll help you guys. Like I say, even myself, I'm learning a lot of this as I go, because it all has been for me in a practical sense, and I've learned a lot of strategies. I've learned a lot about bringing awareness to like problems and all practical strategies. And all this is for me tonight is to give you an understanding of just some day-to-day stuff on the surface, what happens like here and there, how you can quickly deal with it, but just know underlying all this, it is at the core the rest of the training. How does that sound, guys? Is that cool?
So it's a bit more of a spiritual teaching, if you will. Cool.
This is 100% crazy growing. It is. That's what what we're about.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Sounds great. Cool. Sweet. Awesome.
Cool. Yay.
You guys are
Cool.
awesome. You guys are awesome.
So
Time to go with the flow.
Time to go with the flow. Go with the flow. Yes. And this is
Yes, I thought you were going to sing this.
Yes.
You watched a musical the other day, didn't you?
Oh my God. This is and this is also when Steve and I talk about, creating with flow, whatever it is, especially like in business, we do things differently to a lot of other people. For us, it's really about what's the path of least resistance. What is the most flow? What feels easiest? What feels best, right to do? And it's all interlinked with this. So just FYI. So I'm going to start out with this, and then you can give your conventional explanation.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah. We'll see how we roll. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right.
We'll flow.
Okay.
That's how
I'm going to
go.
ask you guys a question.
You've been hanging around me a bit long.
I used to be an English teacher.
Did you hear what you did?
Very good. Now, if you take an orange, right, cut it in half, and you squeeze it, what are you going to get? What's going to come out of that orange? Just type through. What's going to come out of the orange? Oh, the camera just flashed.
Did it?
Just quickly type through. What comes out of an orange when you squeeze
Liquid.
it? Liquid. What kind of liquid? Does apple juice come out of it?
Seeds, juice.
Does pineapple juice come out of it? What kind of fucking juice comes out of it?
Papaya juice. Oh la la. Orange blood. Oh shit.
Orange blood. Whoa, you guys are going deep here.
Orange juice.
Orange juice.
There you go.
Bingo. Yeah. That's right. Exactly. It's orange juice. And why does orange juice come out of an orange? It's because that is the only thing that can come out of it. That's what's inside the orange.
Fucking genius. Yes, David. You are, Dave. Yes, you are.
David, I'm a fucking genius.
Yep.
So you take an orange, what's inside the orange? Orange. So when you squeeze it, orange juice is going to come out. Apple juice can't come out. Pineapple juice can't come out. Only orange juice. So you may be thinking, what the fuck has this got to do with personal development? And that would be a good question. But this is it's a very good metaphor. So this is all around the lesson of cause and effect. Okay. So how many of you guys, over our lifetime, we all have people who trigger us, right? Who piss us off. They'll say something or they'll do something, or maybe not a person, maybe a situation will just really get to us, right? And it makes us react, and stuff comes out of us. It may be anger, maybe sadness, maybe hurt, right? So let's say someone or a situation squeezes us, and a reaction or an emotion comes out. So the way that this relates to the orange is that the only thing that can come out of us, right, is what's already inside of us. So if someone pisses you off, anger comes out, it's because anger is already inside of you. So this is about taking responsibility for your emotional reactions and your reactions to everything. Right? Because most of us are conditioned to say, oh my God, that person made me feel angry. That person made me feel upset. Reality check, guys, that is absolute bullshit. And you will continue to suffer and let other people have an effect on you if you don't take responsibility for your reactions. No one can come along and put anger inside of you. No one can come along and put hurt inside of you. It's only if it's already within you. Yeah. Okay, so is this making sense? This
is making more sense when you explained it to me before.
Yes, because I was doing like a quick, this is what I'm teaching.
Yes.
So just over there, yeses
if you're following, this is cool.
Making sense. Me to be a part. Simon, yeah. And that, of course, that's not to say that like, of course, if you're like young and, you know, your parent, someone does something to you that really hurts you, you know, that's kind of different. Like, that can happen. But as an adult, you know, whenever anyone does something to you and it triggers an emotional response, it's just bringing out something that's already inside of you. Okay. Cool. Yes. Yep. All right. Cool.
Everyone with us, keep us accountable through this too, guys. Just so we know you're following. If you want us to slow down, like I say, there is a lot in this, and it does take it to a deeper level. So yeah, just put through in the question box or the chat box if you want us to.
We're gonna go a whole lot deeper.
Repeat. Yeah, if you want us to repeat anything or anything like that, we're happy to. For this purpose of this training, I think the next 2 weeks, I think it's really important you just get this.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what we really want to, so Steve's going to do like another way of explaining
really
this,
quickly.
Cause and effect, really quickly. So, but the purpose of understanding this is we want to create a shift within us. We want to say, instead of going someone being a dick to us and reacting and going, what an asshole, and blah, 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 and blaming it on that personal situation, we want to actually say, okay, cool, be grateful to that person who triggered you, because they're highlighting a place within you that you need to work on or that you need to heal. Okay, Steve?
Yes, this is important in relationships too, guys.
Yeah, it is.
And this is where we've done a lot of work to become aware of this. Like, we get to each other, we like trigger each other massively. Like, I'm not a
the noise.
See, this is. I'm triggered now. But
especially with your partner, because they're a like mirror of you.
They are, and they can teach us the best lessons that we should be most grateful for in life. So many more relationships would last, or they would be so much better if there was more of an understanding around this. So just take note of that. But all I wanted to share with you, and I've spoken to a few guys about this already, and you can use day-to-day examples, you can use life examples. I'm going to start with just day-to-day examples, and type through if you understand where I'm going. This at work, whatever it is you're doing, somebody does piss you off. Somebody does something and you know that they shouldn't, or they've done it before over and over, and they've got to you, and you've said something and you've reacted. Just give me a quick yes. This should be straight up all yeses. Yep. I want you to, even if you, while I'm talking, write down an example that happens repeatedly.
Yeah.
You don't have to type it in the box. Just write it down in your book.
Yeah. I always
quick to pull the trigger. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we all are. And that's how we're conditioned, like you alluded to before. It's it. We're conditioned to sort of say, oh, that's your fault or whatever. So that happens day to day at work usually, and we hold on to it. Why does it keep coming up all the time? Why does the next time the same person usually, or the same situation comes up, we act very, very similar? Why do you think that is? We'll always have an outburst or something like that. Quickly type through why.
Yeah.
I've got them all thinking.
And this is just totally magnified in a relation, like an intimate relationship.
Oh, hello, Beck. Dexter's on. You should be here now. Just kick back.
Set a bad habit routine.
It's really simple, guys. Really, really simple. And it's linked into ownership. It's learning the lesson from the situation. So you don't want that to happen over and over again, but it's going to keep happening again because you're still at the effect of maybe the first time that happened. You're still at the effect of that other person's problem, whatever it is, even if they weren't doing their job properly or whatever it is, you're still there. And when you're still at the effect, you haven't learned the lesson. The lesson could be, well, they're just learning. That's okay, Baxter. Just kick back and take it all in. Emotion's good. It's cool.
Energy and motion.
Yeah.
Cool.
This will be good for you too, Baxter, because it's different than last week. It's different than the week before. And it's very, very spiritual. This is like right where you want to be listening now and just taking it all in. Apart from what I'm talking about now, it's not very spiritual. Their stuff is. But yeah, you've got to learn the lesson, guys. And this is the thing, taking ownership of that situation or how you feel or how it made you feel. That's the first step to being at cause. Finding the solution to the situation, learning the lesson and applying it next time. So the same situation, maybe the same person, same thing comes up, but you react differently, or you don't react, because it's all about acting. Coming up with a solution is putting your actions, new actions. So you've owned the situation, you've owned how you feel. They made you angry because they keep repeating their mistake all the time, but it keeps making you angry. That's your choice to feel that way. You've got anger in there somewhere. It might be triggered from the same situation, but it's getting triggered in you. So you're holding on to anger. Could be something else that's going on in life, but it's triggered then.
Yeah.
So you've really got to just look at the situation, assess it, and say, all right, next time something like this comes up, it's the point of the nighttime routine too, is to look at these situations in the day to get you at cause, to find the solution, to take ownership of the situation so you improve on it next time. That's a really simple example, and it can improve your days to no end. I use work as an example because we're all going to work, or we're all dealing with people. We're all, even in family, anything, it's day-to-day stuff, guys. Super, super important. It's really basic. Now, if you want to use it as a lifetime thing, being like events that happen, and this is all of us. I use my example. Like, my mate died when he was 23, my best mate. I was still stuck at the effect of that when I was starting my journey of personal development. That's like, what's that? 14 years. Now, that's a long time to hold on to something. A lot of people hold on to stuff for their life. That's been at the effect of that. I didn't learn I had to choose a different emotion from that. I felt guilt around that. Definitely sadness. There's a lot of guilt, like it should have been me. Oh, I should have been there. I should have done better. A lot of should have around the event. I should have changed the way I did this. I should have been there at a different, all this sort of stuff. And I never ever looked at the situation. I'm like, all right, if something like that happened again, what was the better option? And we've done this in the timeline work. Looking at the better option or choosing a better emotion, being grateful for the situation. As soon as I chose gratitude for that situation, it was as soon as I started this journey, my whole outlook on how I dealt with situations changed. It did, because I chose a better emotion. I was so grateful for that happening. Yes, I lost my bestest mate. And yeah, it does. It makes me feel emotional. But I look at it now, and some of the life lessons I've taken for that, some of the friendships that came out of that, some of the new people that came into my life out of that, that's what I started focusing on. And that was me being at cause on an emotional level. I say that's just stuff to think about. I don't want to go too far into it, because we all get caught at the effect of thing, guys. It's not a bad thing. It's all about taking ownership of the situation. You cannot change the event. You absolutely cannot change the event, no matter what. But if something similar comes up, of course, you can act differently. You can not react differently, act differently. That's taking ownership, learning the lesson, and applying the lesson going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Tony Robbins, when he's teaching about relationships, he says, both partners need to be 100% accountable. So it's not about doing 50%, 50%. You need to be 100% accountable, being needy. Because say, for example, right, your partner does something that pisses you off, that, there's always something that's like, that like gets under your skin, right? Rather than trying to change what it is that person does, trying to change that person, because guys, type through it, yes or no. Can we change other people? Yes or no, right? We cannot. So rather than saying, this is what you should change about you, no, turn that around and say, okay, so for example, let's say, Steve, what is something that annoys me about you?
My straight face, my straight teeth.
So no, okay, it's that every time he stops the car or gets in the car, he has to like check his phone. And every time I'm like, come on,
massive trigger.
Like, come on. So rather than trying to change that about him, I go, all right, what is it within me that is getting triggered by this? Like, why am I getting affected by this? So instead of trying to change him, I go, okay, what is it about me that is annoying me? Is it because I have this compulsive need to always check Facebook all the time? Or is it because I am not feel like I'm not being present enough? All right, so just type through yes if this is making sense. You've got, it's about taking 100% responsibility. And can you see that if you're always trying to change the other person, that is going to create suffering for you, because you cannot change another person. No. You can only change what's going on within here. And it's an awesome saying, and I'm just paraphrasing this, but when you begin to change the way you think, the things you look at change, right? Or when you change the way you see things, the things that you see will change. So for example, if I work on whatever it is that's I'm getting triggered with Steve, that's annoying me about him, if I look at what's going on within me and I heal that and I like accept myself and I go, okay, I'm going to be more present now, and I kind of release that, then Steve is not going to trigger me anymore. Even though he's still doing the same thing, I haven't changed anything about him. I've just changed my feelings around it. And so I'm more at peace now. It doesn't trigger me anymore. All right. Cool. Let's check the comments. Yeah. All right. Yes. I'm not enough. What do you mean by that, Bex? I think that was a bit delayed. Will people
take advantage of that?
What do you mean by that, David?
I'm going to throw it out there, and people aren't going to know if you react differently or you act differently or don't respond to them. If they're going to take advantage of that, it's still their problem. It's still, if they're going to like, well, God, Dave's changed the way he responds to me now, because you got to remember that people are acting the way they are because they've got their own shit going on, no matter what. That's why they frustrate you too, because they've got their own shit going on. So yes, they might do that, but it might change the way they think. Like Dave's changed the way he hasn't reacted to me today. He hasn't told me off today. He hasn't got frustrated with me today. So inadvertently, what you can see here, by you not telling them they should do anything, just by you changing the way you are, being at cause, it's going to make them think. They might be perceived to be taking advantage of that and get more angry or stuff up more or frustrate you more. But in their head, they're like, holy shit, this is different. And that's actually a good thing. Yeah. So it's not them taking advantage of it, because they really don't know. They're like, shit, what's going on here? I'm confused. Why is Dave so happy now? Why does he want to hug me? What is this?
Yeah.
So hopefully they answer that. We got to get into this, guys. This is the important part. It's all important, but
yeah. Well, just super quick, just to break this up, and this is going to be one of your tasks for this week.
Write this down, guys.
But just quickly right now, so I want you guys to think of a time when a person or a situation really like triggered a strong emotional response within you, where it triggered like anger, where you were like, fuck, or it triggered feelings of like hurt and like not feeling good enough, or, right, you catch my drift, some kind of strong emotional response. And you just reacted in a way that did not serve you, right? Just think of a situation.
It could be a big one, and after talking to all you guys, you got plenty of examples for this.
Yeah, have a quick thing. All right, and just type it through super quick once you have that situation. What was the situation? How did you react?
You acted numb.
You react numb. Okay, that's not a strong emotional reaction.
No, it's.
Think of another time something
That's how
really
you
evoked a strong emotional reaction.
Oh, I know what that is. We'll talk about that tomorrow, Baxter. I know exactly where you're going with that. Yeah.
All right. So just type through what was it, and what was your reaction?
Lost my shit at a bully manager. I love the way you put that. I used to be one of them bully managers, supervisors, project managers. So yeah, and I had my own shit going on.
Lost my shit at a bully manager.
How about you other guys?
Cool. All right. And so, okay, cool, Paul. So you reacted with anger, yeah? You're like, motherfucker, whatever.
Don't want to mess with you.
Whatever you reacted. What was it within you, right, that made you have such a strong reaction? Like, really, it wasn't the person. What did that person trigger within you? Like, where did that come from? That anger that you felt in that moment. Where did it come from?
Cool examples coming through there. Boss, they're rocking and rolling through. Wow.
Like, you guys are cool.
Yeah. Okay. This is cool. This is why we love doing this for you guys, because these are brilliant.
Boss called me a fucking negative prick in regards to a situation, and I lost my cool and told him what I thought.
Wouldn't have solved that problem for next time.
Simon kept complaining about me tonight, so I lost the plot.
That's cool. I love the fact that we've got a couple on here as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. It gives a different spin.
Awesome. So, and guys, so now that you've that was your response, what was it really inside of you? What was already going on inside of you what was it that was brought up in that trigger? What did it remind you of that created that anger in the first place, right?
Perfect.
Okay, so I'll just read these out. My partner telling me when I was underage to not go into town. I flipped it on my mum and called the cops on me in the end. I don't like being told what to do. I know I was out of care, trying not to control me. Self-confidence, lack thereof. An argument with my brother made me furious. All right, let's get down to this. Anger because I didn't feel worthy of doing anything right. Okay, who is that? Beth.
That was cool. Yep. That was as a response.
Okay, awesome. Yep. So that's exactly, you've got it. So by Simon getting angry or whatever he said to you, and you reacted like in that strong way, like, hey, you were angry, it's because he triggered a feeling of you not feeling worthy of doing anything right. So does this make sense, guys? So you already have that feeling within you. It brings something out. It brings that part of you out. So just now imagine if you were to work on that, right? So for example, with Beth, if you were to work on your worthiness, feeling like you're empowered, like you're 100% owning who you are, like you're totally worthy, how would you react differently if you felt 100% worthy, if you felt empowered? How would you have reacted differently? And for you guys on there, if you didn't have that stuff within you, if you had worked through it and you had healed it, how might you have reacted differently to that situation? Crash, I wasn't good enough. Yeah, so you see it. Yeah, perfect. You guys have got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Anger towards not being happy with my old job and where I'm working. Yeah, my ex-husband is strangled. Yeah, I'm Simon. I'm never angry. Well, I don't know what the situation was, Simon, but I'm just using you as an example. Yeah, you're not the Dalai Lama. Everyone gets angry.
Everyone gets angry.
Probably would have been more civil. Not sure how I would have reacted differently.
Put it this way,
I would have been more civil. Okay.
Yeah, more civil. Once your confidence grows, guys, and it is sometimes difficult to picture this without doing some more work, and that's why we're giving you a really really in-depth sort of view on this.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't dealt differently with a situation before, you're going to think, well, how do I deal with it differently? But you've got to force yourself to picture it, and not like it's hard, I can't picture it. Just really, really be present with yourself and think, all right, if I reacted angrily there, I don't want that situation to happen again. I'm not sure how I'd be because that hurt my feelings or whatever it is. If it's self-worth and self-confidence, you grow your confidence. When you're a confident person, when you've got higher self-worth, you deal with stuff bounces off you.
Yeah. If you are totally in love with who you are, you're owning your shit. If someone comes along and calls you a fucking idiot, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna flip your shit, or are you just gonna go, just laugh?
Yeah,
Like, cool.
I have a really.
All right, dude.
I have a tangible.
Do you want to have a chat? Are you all right? You're going through some stuff. Like, you're not gonna flip your shit. It's gonna be totally fine, right?
I have a really good example of this. I have done a lot of work around this. My whole coaching and everything by having a personal coach, he used to motivate on the stuff we needed to work on. So he used to get me angry. So he'd say personal stuff all the time. And it got to a point last year where I moved away from it. That wasn't motivating me anymore. When I didn't feel anger, when I didn't feel anything come up, I was that confident in myself of what he was saying was not true. I love myself so much. It's like, I was like, like you just said, I'm like, come on, dude. If that's your way of motivating me or getting me upset to bring out this stuff in me, I don't feel that anymore. Because I've done so much work on my confidence, my self-worth. I got to the point where I could see what he was doing. I'm like, well, there's got to be a different way to bring this out. I just didn't have it anymore. And it was all back to confidence. And that's the key to all of this. You gotta grow your confidence. You gotta learn to love yourself more. You've got to work on this stuff when you're triggered. Be aware of it and do the work that we're giving you through this course to be able to work away from it and be able to see the lessons.
Yeah, exactly. Steve, I get that. But I would have flattened him, David.
I have flattened a few people in my time, don't worry.
Would have known that he was just trying to care and realised it was a dumb idea. Wouldn't have been such a douchebag.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hashtag douchebag.
Awesome, Tui. Yeah, and you guys have got it. And by the end of the training, you'll understand it even more. And it's going to be one of your tasks to go deep with this and actually record a video on it. But we'll tell you more about it at the end of the training. All right. So before we move on to the next topic, who is now going to be committed to taking 100% responsibility for their emotional reactions? Because if you're not committed, you will not have happiness and freedom. That's it. When you have
little peeps to go, oh, 99, 100, yep, committed.
99.
Like I say, Baxter, so we can stay on track with the training, we'll definitely talk about all of this stuff tomorrow. I'm glad we're having our call tomorrow because this relates really to
David,
your situation.
I'm 100% committed. Yes.
Well, I'm 189.75% committed to you guys being committed. So
yeah, cool. All right, guys. Cool.
Relax.
Fix. All right. Keen as mustard. Okay, I would do my best to be 100%. All right, Paul. Watch this training back again and really understand that the only thing that blaming another person is going to bring you is suffering, because you cannot change that person. You can only change what's going in here. And when you heal yourself completely and you become 100% whole, no one will be able to trigger you. No one can. Except maybe your partner. All right, cool. We've just got more yeses. I'm in.
But mustard.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's do this shit. I want to do the guided stuff. Let's see how the internet's working. All right, so I'm going to talk about something that this is what I call spiritual contracts. Now, a lot of different spiritual teachers talk about this, but one of my favorite spiritual teachers or mentors is Caroline Myss, and so this is part of this is kind of what I've learned a lot from her, and the way that she explained it really made sense to me. So she explains this, we can call it a theory, but I absolutely believe it 100% because it just makes so much sense to me. And when I heard it, it just felt so right. It just felt so true, as if I just knew it and I'd always known it. So what a sacred contract is, it's this idea that we're all these eternal beings, right? Our souls are infinite. And we reincarnate on this earth time after time after time. And the purpose for our souls, for all of our souls, is evolution, to grow and expand our consciousness. So therefore, every time we reincarnate onto this earth, we choose lessons. So before you come into each lifetime, you actually choose all of the lessons that you are going to experience, all of the hardships you're going to experience. You choose who are going to teach you these lessons. You choose who's going to be in your life, your parents, your friends, your lovers, your teachers. You choose it all. And then it's like when you come here, and you're a baby, that memory is wiped. Because imagine if you were just born and you're just like, boom, I know what's going to happen in my life. I just know everything. I chose it. It'd be fucking boring, right? So we come here and stuff starts happening. And this was me for a very long time, right? All of these bad things would happen. And, you know, from my mother passing to the abuse and just feeling so alone and going through so much stuff as a child. And I just felt like the victim. I felt like, why me? Why is this stuff happening? This is just, what is the point of life? This is just shit. And when I started learning about this, it brought me a lot of peace, because I began to understand, for example, and this was one of the most powerful lessons, it was a big transition from with my father, for having so much anger towards him, like hatred and resentment and bitterness and sadness, saying, how could you have done that to me? And just feeling so hurt, to realizing that he was actually one of my greatest teachers, because he taught me how to forgive. No matter what someone does to you, no matter how much someone hurts you, you always have the power to forgive. And it's really just a matter of choosing to forgive, being willing to forgive. So this, just type through a yes, by the way, if this is making sense. Okay, because all of these things that happen in our lives, it's not because life is being mean to you.
Someone said, why?
It's not because life sucks. It's because everything that happens, there is a lesson in that event. There is a lesson from that situation to be learned. And what I believe is that we choose these experiences to learn lessons that are going to help us grow into the best possible versions of ourselves and fulfill our purpose and our mission in this lifetime. Yes, 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 yes. All right. I'm going to get to the comments soon.
Yeah.
All right. But it's making sense.
It's making sense. Just to add on to that too, it's to live our purpose. And a lot of our purpose is to help others too with our lessons. Like that's a big part of my purpose and your purpose. A lot of us haven't tapped into that yet and we don't know, because we've got to learn anyway. That's the way I see a lot of life lessons. And that helps me like move on from them a lot quicker, because then I'm being at service to other people. I'm like, oh, I've been through this. I obviously chose it with the contracts you're talking about. And I've just come to realize, and now it's my purpose to be able to share that, or to be able to guide others from my lessons. So think about that, guys. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And it takes this stuff a step further. So what we were talking about before, how, you know, these people that come into your life that really trigger you, or that really hurt you, or, you know, they bring out something in you. You've chosen to meet these people before you even came here. And they appeared as teachers in disguise. So these people that, you know, that you might say, oh, well, I fucking hate that person, they're actually a teacher in disguise to teach you a lesson. So, yeah, an example of this is with the work that I do now, right? You know, working with people, having clients who tell me this, like, crazy stuff, like they've horrific things, like they've been abused and both their parents are gone, and, you know, just all this horrible stuff. For a lot of people who haven't been through hardship, they would just be like, oh my God, and just be totally like drawn into the heaviness of that, and they wouldn't know what to say or what to do. But for me, because I've been through the stuff that I've been through, I can say, okay, cool, I actually get it. And you know what? I'm not like, oh my God, that's so sad, because that's not helping the person. How I feel is, all right, cool, I've been through this stuff. Like, yeah, it's hard, but I know that it's possible to heal from this. I know that it's possible to overcome this and create a beautiful, beautiful life. And so I'm actually excited when people come to me and tell me this stuff, because I know that I can help them. And in times like that, I reflect back on my life, and I reflect back on those difficult lessons. And rather than saying, oh, fuck, I was a victim and poor me, poor, my life sucks, I feel grateful. I'm so grateful. And I say thank you to the universe, to God, to whatever it is, this divine loving consciousness energy. Because I know that everything has been part of a divine plan. And now I'm able to help people heal at the deepest of levels. And I would not be the person that I am today if I had not have been through all of that. So, yeah, so Tony Robbins says, he talks out of his mom, and he's like, look, if you're going to blame people for all the bad shit that's happened, you better blame them for all the good stuff that's happened too. Because he's like, my mom used to beat the crap out of me, but she absolutely loved me. Things are not black and white. But so I blame her for the amazing woman that I have in my life right now, his wife, because my mother showed me what I don't want in a relationship. And because of everything that he went through as a kid, it's the same again. Right? It helped him to be the man that he is today. And look at him, he's fucking amazing. Like, he's worth $5 billion. All he does, he's helped like millions and millions of people for the last 20 years, 40 years, I think it is. So, all right, comment checking time. Guilt, so much guilt. Steve will work with you
all
too.
This Baxter,
all that stuff.
Yeah,
Baxter.
absolutely.
It doesn't happen overnight, and you can't ask why, because the stuff is not logical. The stuff is not black and white. It's not like, well, this is why this happened. There you go. And even if someone did tell you that, is that going to make it all better? It's not. So this is why having a greater understanding of all this can bring a lot of peace. Cool. I can do any. I'm finding this hard. Why? Yes. Cool. All right. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Just type through yes, guys, if you can understand how looking at life in this way versus looking at it like, why did this stuff happen and I'm the victim, how it can bring you so much inner peace, and it can just totally shift everything in the way that you are living your life. Just type 3 yes if this is making sense. Because I know it's definitely like new ideas for a lot of people. Tui, 100%. Cool.
Just know too, guys, we're giving you a really good understanding of this, and the whole course is structured so you don't have to go, oh yes, there's the answer. Some of you will get it straight away. Some of you will take a bit, and it's exactly why we do different sorts of trainings to give you different perspectives on it all. So just go with the flow.
Yeah, and you just pick and choose and take what feels right for you, what you feel to be true for you. Cool. All right, people are teachers. Yes, so the people that show up are teachers in disguise. Cool. All right, we're going to do a little exercise now that I'm going to guide you through. All right. And this is really around understanding who and what you really are. You know, so, and we're going to be doing next week in the training a really cool thing on your higher self versus your ego self. But you know, so many of us have been conditioned to believe that we are our job title. Who are you? Well, I'm a lawyer and my name is this. And we are our names, we are our marital status, we are our social status, all of this stuff. But it's really about stripping all of that back and looking at, well, who and what are we then? I'll just check the comments quickly before I go into this. 100%, yes. A different way of looking at things, different perspective. Cool. I'm still really struggling, but I can't stop smiling because I know it gets better. Yeah.
Oh, quick tip. You're not struggling, Tui. None of you guys are struggling. You're all, even though it might feel sometimes you're doing amazing. So the less you give power to that word, I'm struggling, or I'm stuck, or I don't get it, or I feel guilty, choose different words, more positive words. You're doing great.
Yeah. I find it challenging. We're going to do that in another training as a language correction. A language correction.
Good, I'll throw in a bonus.
Like yesterday I did, that was I had an amazing call with Tessa, and we decided to eliminate the word should. Stop shooting on yourself. All right, so while I bring this up, so there's going to be a little bit of background music if our internet cooperates. And just while I'm putting this on, I just want you to get comfortable. So either sitting or lying down, and just start with taking a few deep breaths. In through your mouth, a good count is 4, holding 4, and releasing out your mouth. So just get comfortable and start breathing. Get relaxed. Close your eyes. And I'm just going to bring up this background. I meditate to not compete with myself. I meditate to not scare myself. Good old YouTube anthem. Alright. Cool. Alright guys, so just assuming that you're all good to go. Just type through a yes if you can hear this music. Yep, 2 thumbs up, cool. All right, awesome. All right, awesome. Thanks for typing through, guys. So, back to your relaxed state. That's all right. We don't want it to be too loud because it's just going to be the background to my voice. So I think that's good. All right. Who are you? And beyond that, who are you really? You know you're more than that, don't you? Good. And beyond all of that, who are you? You know you're more than that. You're so much more than that. And looking at all of that, how beautiful and perfect you are, how much more of you than that? And even beyond all of that, who are you really at the deepest of levels? I just want you to see yourself as bright golden light that shines so powerfully, illuminates everything around you. You are a being of pure love and light consciousness. You are an extension and a part of the universe. You are one with all beings, a significant part of the collective consciousness. From the sun to a blade of grass, to the wind, to every living being, you are all connected. You are a being of love and compassion and have the power to manifest anything you desire. You are here for a reason. You have a significant role to play here. And you will have lessons to learn along the way. And you have the courage and the wisdom to overcome it all. And step into the truth of who you really are. Now feeling gratitude for how perfect and strong and incredible and loving you really, really are. I want you to just come on back to now. And just when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Just when you're ready. And just come on back to now. And just when you're ready, type through how that was for you. How did you feel? What came up for you?
That was cool.
Sleepy. Do you remember that time? That's funny. That just
Do you remember a time?
one time when last year when Steve was coaching me, and I was part of another group, kind of similar to this, and Steve did all of these really like powerful guided exercises, and I was literally falling asleep. Like I could hardly stay awake. But then the next day, I was like, whoa. I just messaged Steve and I was like,
Space cadet.
what's going on? I just feel like I needed to meditate today. Like it was really cool. I felt shifts within me.
Really refreshing and warm. Cool.
Relaxed and reminded.
The divine light of positivity, but dressed as a Xena with a sword.
That's fucking cool.
Tap into that, Tui.
Peaceful warrior.
Just don't take my sword, because I have a sword in all this. I had a sword in mine then too, and I got the wings back.
That's how I've seen myself sometimes, like in certain exercises before Tui, or sometimes when I meditated, as like this, like a peaceful warrior, like strong, but just all about love and compassion.
My arms.
What?
Wait for the rest of that, Baxter. That might be all the medication after a big weekend.
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
telepathic,
we are, yeah.
Steve.
And
It's
just know with this, yep,
wholehearted, peaceful warrior.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, and and this is something Tessa and I were talking about yesterday, as well. Is it's like every single thing that's dealt to you in life is stuff that you are strong enough to deal with. You're never no one has ever dealt stuff that they are not strong enough to cope with or deal with.
Links into the knowing.
Yeah.
And knowing that you're going to get through. I'm going to go more into that.
Yeah. And another one, definitely.
And another one, definitely.
So
heavy, yeah. And just know with any of the guided stuff we do, guys, some of you might be able to go there and like picture yourself or something. Some of you mightn't see anything or feel anything. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all okay.
Yeah. It's the first few times, like when I first started doing this stuff, there were times where I just couldn't get there, and my mind wouldn't even concentrate. So whatever it is. And the whole point of these is you have these recordings for life.
Yeah.
And I would definitely go and listen back again. Like you can go back and have this as a tool. You know, you can even record like that little exercise, and I would recommend this like on your phone in the voice recording thing, and like listen to it a few times.
Especially with your amazing voice. That was cool.
Thank you. Cool. All right, guys. So who is ready for the tasks for this week? Week 3 tasks.
I'm ready. Yes.
Cool. Steve.
Me? Oh, I'm zenned out.
Give it to me.
I'm zenned out.
Awesome.
And I'm being truthful here. I'm like really just like, have you raised my mind?
All right, so
you've written it down. It's in front of you. You're doing an amazing job, so you can deliver the task.
Yes, delivery. Cool. All right, so your task for this week, guys, you have 2 of them. So the tasks that you did before, we want you to go deep on that. Okay, so we want you to think about a time when someone or something really triggered you. So what was what was the situation? What was the emotional response to that? Okay. And how could you, like looking at the work that you're doing on yourself now, how could you have reacted in a way that serves you better? Okay. Or how could you work on yourself, right, to release the cause of that trigger in the first place, so that it's gone, so that you wouldn't even be triggered by that situation?
Send me an inbox, Baxter. I'll respond through there.
Cool. Yeah. So just give me a yes if that makes sense. So like, so just exactly, for example, before, like with Beth, so Simon said something to her and then she reacted with anger because it brought out a feeling of her basically just not feeling good enough. So Beth, how could you react in a way that serves you better and serves your relationship better? And what do you need to do for yourself so that you aren't affected like that anymore, so that you cannot be triggered by that anymore? Okay, cool. So that's task 1. Task number 2. Oh, here.
This is why you had to do it, because you got like notes and that organized everywhere.
I'm so organized. I'm not really. I am with some things, but
Own it.
Not my room, but yeah. Important stuff I am. So your second task, so knowing what you know now, okay, about who you really are, right? You are this incredible, beautiful being, and like knowing that now, how are you going to treat yourself differently? Okay, so how are you going to treat yourself differently? That one can be written. You can just post it as writing in the group, or if you want, you can talk about it on a video. That's totally up to you. So really think about the way that you've been treating yourself, because we are our own biggest critics, right? And knowing that you are perfectly whole and complete exactly as you are, and you're perfect. And just from doing that exercise, just this guided exercise that we did just then, how are you going to treat yourself differently now? Are you going to be kinder on yourself? Are you going to release the need for criticism? You know, are you going to start telling yourself how amazing you are every single day? All right. So just kind of go deep on that. You can journal on it a little bit, maybe listen to that guided meditation again, definitely, and see what comes up to you. How are you going to treat yourself differently now, knowing what an incredible being you really are, and you deserve all the best in life. You deserve all the good, and you certainly deserve the best from yourself. Okay, so what are you going to give up now that you know that? So those are the 2 tasks.
So just
they involve some thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
videos are cool too.
Video.
Yeah.
Definitely. So definitely video for task 1.
Yeah.
If you want, you can do task 2 in the video as well. But that can be posted just as writing in the group. That's fine. So what do you commit to releasing, to treating yourself differently now? Okay. Cool. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know.
Let me know. Yeah, like I say, Baxter, I'll chat to you via Messenger straight after this. I'll help you out with that stuff.
Alright. Cool.
Cool. Everyone get it, guys? We're gonna wrap it up.
We are. Ooh. We're actually almost on time in this training. It's so exciting.
We're on time. There you go. And there was a lot in there again, too, guys. So just know next week we're going to roll on from this too.
Yeah.
The tasks that have been set are actually to do with next week as well. So it's really important to do them. And like anything that is set for you guys after the calls or the trainings, the quicker you do it, the quicker you apply it or whatever it is, the easier it is. You might face resistance. There's a different sort of resistance. Yeah. Do it straight away, guys. Like not tonight, but I mean like tomorrow, the quicker you do it, the better it is.
It's fresh in your mind. Yeah.
Cool.
No, we did. We covered it a lot. All right, Paul. Sounds okay. Second one will be hard when you have lack of self-worth, self-confidence, but I'll do my best.
That's
so.
Can I just, sorry, she's going to tell me off after for cutting in.
No.
The way you finish that sentence is perfect. And that's everyone. You do your best. That's all you have to worry about. Don't worry about, I've got a lack of confidence. If you say you've got a lack of confidence, you've got a lack of confidence. It doesn't matter what happened in the past with these things. in the group, what I've seen so far with the energy around everything, no matter what it is, dark or anything, you've all got amazing confidence to be able to share in the energy. I'm a bit excited when I'm talking about this, but you have. So just that's for everyone. If you say you've got no confidence or self-worth, it's the first step to not having confidence and self-worth.
Yeah.
You'll keep yourself there.
Yeah, so Paul, with the second one, it's deciding that you are perfect. What's really lacking in self-confidence is it's just beliefs. It's just false beliefs. That's all it is, and you know that. So, for example, you can say that, well, I am from now on, any time that I have a negative thought about myself that is self-critical or self-judging, I'm going to just release it. I'm going to say, hey, mind, well, actually, I'm fucking amazing, and I'm deciding that I'm going to love myself more and more every day. And so I don't want these thoughts anymore, and just release them. Start being conscious with that. Okay, this really is a decision. It's a commitment to yourself.
It is cool.
Cool. It is cool. It is. And you know, something I'll add in, like, guys, any time that you feel suffering, like, or you feel negative emotion, it's just an indicator that you have beliefs or thoughts ingrained that are false, that are not in alignment with who you are at a soul level. So if you think a thought like, I'm not good enough, it's fucking painful, right? Why? Because it's not true. You are all good enough. You are all worthy. You all deserve the best in life. That is everyone's birthright, is love, joy, peace, abundance, and freedom. Every single one of you. And when you decide that, to believe that and accept that, you're going to start being more conscious around releasing those bullshit thoughts in your head. Don't give in to them. It's as simple as that, and practice that every day. Make that promise to yourself. Cool.
Awesome.
You're a cry, Victor. No, it's good though. Feminine.
All good.
It's good.
Thank
you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Paul.
We're getting better at getting these quicker for you guys too, because we know that everyone's got busy lives and you've made the time to be on. You guys watching the recording too, just make sure you comment when I put this up in the morning when you've watched it, just so you understand the tasks, and any questions too. And any more questions, guys, put them in the group. Definitely, that's the group, the energy the group's for. So yeah, that's me for the end. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, guys.
You've done amazing tonight,
you.
as you always do.
Lots
you
of
did
love,
amazing.
guys. Ooh, very good grammar. All right, guys. Have an amazing week. We'll see you on Thursday night
for the Q&A.
Q&A.
Yep.
And of course
cool.
in the group in your debriefs.
All right. Good night.